I hope you guys are doing really well wherever you are, in which part of the world, and hopefully you are all also enjoying the holy month of Ramadan. I have not been again consistent. Consistent means earlier my motto was that I should be making at least one video a day and maybe more than one or two videos. However, whenever we are into our professional life, life gets a bit busier. But I am committed to continue this journey no matter what. At times, there might be some ups and downs in my routine. However, this journey will be continuing. I will make sure that I am able to make 500 videos as committed. Uh, so I have changed the name of my social media platforms, and now they would be in future leadership in practice. I've been thinking since a long time what should be the social handles of my social media platforms. I am sharing my content, so and there were different uh, ideas, thoughts, and then I came to the conclusion that the best possible can be keeping in view my aims, objectives, and my pursuits is leadership in practice. And in leadership in practice means we can learn leadership through consistent efforts and practice. It is a science in itself, it is an art in itself, which will only come through by consistently demonstrating those behaviors on a regular basis over a period of time, and then they will become an integral part of our habit. And once they have become part of our habits, that means now we are comfortable with those skills, with those routines, with set of patrons, and now do not need to make efforts, but they will be part of our built up system. Therefore, that was the philosophy, thought process behind leadership in practice. And like I said previously, probably I have communicated a couple of times. People who are into the Western countries or people who are more into corporate world, they do realize more than myself the importance of communication skills. Communication skill is the most important vital tool one can ever have. You'll see lots of famous speakers. There's Sandeep Maheshwari from India, who is motivational speaker. I do not know him in person. I have never seen him in person. Never met this person uh, uh, anywhere in the world. And because he has that charisma to attract crowds towards what he is trying to say, to what he is trying to deliver, and people do accept and believe to what he is trying to say. And for that reason his influence and popularity keeps increasing, and he has now become a brand. It's all just because of his communication skills. I do not know him ever, but I know him only through YouTube and his fan following, social accounts, where he has got a large and vast fan following who gather around at one place just to listen to what he is trying to say. That is all the influence of his communication skills, his leadership qualities. And for leadership skills, communication skill is the most important constituent. And especially someone who is working in some Western country, and languages like uh, English like from taking the example of myself, English is not my native language, and the single most advantage that can provide, even though in Western countries they are very tolerant people, they are really nice people who don't mind my weaker communication skills, my weak English skills, written and spoken skills, but they are very warm. They are all the time warmly welcoming me. They have never made me to realize that I do not speak English properly. My English is not up to standard, and the reason being that they are really genuinely kind persons. And for that reason, English can be an added advantage. Consider it luxury or consider it as necessity, but I would consider it as more like necessity. Because whenever we are communicating with some person, we are trying to make an effort so that other person is comfortable with what we are trying to say. He or she does not have to make efforts. That means we are genuinely trying to show our care, our concern, and we are making efforts to make that person heard, and we want to share our views in such a simple, easy to understand way so that the person does not have to face any difficulty. That is always communication is a two-way traffic. It can solidify the bonds, and that was one of the reason I came to the UK instead of Germany, because I did realize at some point I'm not good with learning new languages. I can hardly tackle English language, and in case if I'm again trying to learn another language such as German language, that means I'm going to put an added burden on myself, and which could have been really big challenge for me to learn a new language from scratch. So for that reason, I did realize that I need to go to some English speaking country. At least there will be the minimum possible barrier, communication barrier. At least we will be able to understand, communicate with each other, and that was the case. When I used to be in Glasgow, I used to communicate. I used to joke. We used to have laugh. We did not depend on some translations, and that created good friendship bonding. Even today, I'm keeping in touch with my those fellows, because communication it's not just, so there is just the medium of what I just said was the medium of instruction, a medium of communication, where we two people try to understand. But whenever we are making extra efforts to become good communicators, it just facilitates, it provides more value to our interaction, whether it is uh, between two people or in professional settings, and especially someone who like myself is working in some western country, so English language can be an added advantage. And I'm genuinely passionate about public speaking. Public speaking is the single most thing that I would really love to improve and work on, put in extra efforts, no matter how long is it going to take. But I'm happy, I'm dedicated to improve my public speaking skills, and it will come through over time. Sooner or later, it's going to be absolutely fine, because I have realized over time public speaking skills can be adding more value, especially in corporate world, where in these days we are more like uh, interacting through Teams, through Zoom. So if we are good with public speaking skills, we can create a positive impression about ourselves, a lasting impression. we can clearly and better, in a best possible way, express our ideas. So basically, public speaking skills are about or all about expressing ideas simply, clearly, and effectively. So for that reason, I genuinely believe public speaking skills are especially very important for me. And I was reading a book, I cannot recall which book was that, probably years ago, when in my youthful days. I'm no more youth, which is quite understandable keeping in view my age factor. So in that very book, the author said a person's 70% of the success pertains to improving the communication skills, and 30% with their professional skills. For instance, if I'm working in project management, maybe 30% of my success lies with project management proficiency, but I 100% can say it with certainty, but 70% of my success lies with effective communication skills. Until and unless I will not be able to express my ideas clearly, confidently, effectively, and confidently in front of my team, in front of the people I'm working with, then that means I'm not able to express my ideas to them, to share my opinion, not contributing effectively. For that reason, that is going to be a serious impediment. And for that reason, I am now genuinely and sincerely confident that I will be able to improve my public speaking skills over time. And for that reason, I have changed the name of this Facebook page. YouTube channel will be changed over time, and that will be Leadership in Practice. So, Leadership in Practice, we will be practicing leadership through practice, where we will not be worried about making some extra efforts and then revisiting those videos, and then make our we will try to figure out what are going to be our mistakes, and over time we'll keep revisiting with a view that we are trying to overcome those weaknesses. If, for instance, if I will be able to overcome one or two mistakes, at least one mistake a week, that means I'll be overcoming four mistakes a month, and in 12 months it's going to be 24 mistakes. And if I'll stay consistent, which I'm quite sure and confident that I will be, that means in about 2-3 years I will be definitely a good public speaker. So that is the motivation philosophy, and I'm quite again sure you guys are having a fantastic, superb Ramadan, and keep enjoying this holy month and its blessings, and also simultaneously make sure that we all are staying within the spirit of Ramadan. We are trying to share the blessings of Ramadan with those underprivileged sections of the society in our neighboring, in our neighborhood. And if you are not at good terms with someone, there are disagreements, there are misunderstandings, try to take efforts, try to make advancement and reconcile with them, keeping in view the spirit of Ramadan, and look after the poorly neighbors, and look after them, and look after the elderly persons who deserve more attention, care, and including do not differentiate between the Muslims and non-Muslims. Is Muslims, in view of the spirit of Ramadan, we are supposed to look after and spread positivity with all we are coming across, and give positive impression about yourself, about this holy month, and discourage any negativity which pertains in any negativity, any hatred towards any religion, any human being. We are to share, consolidate the blessings of Ramadan and enjoy this holy month. And we will be continuing to interact throughout the holy month of Ramadan Look after yourself. Until then, take care. Bye.